everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Darlene. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me makeup tutorial. I'm actually doing this for my sister. She gets BoxyCharm as well, and she was wanting me to create a makeup look. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation that we received, and I got the shade 270C. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So always start off with foundation. So I'm going to be applying it with a blender. Side note, I hate this foundation. I have oily skin, and this thing does horrible on my skin. Like, it breaks down so bad. Even when I set it, it breaks down really bad. And I'm going to try to make this like the stuff that I do not use that's from my BoxyCharm. I'm going to try to use more affordable products just in case somebody else. But if you have BoxyCharm, you might be able to follow along with this makeup tutorial as well. Because like me and my sister get a lot of the same items. And if not, you can just like use whatever foundation you want. This would not be the foundation that I would gravitate to. But like I said, I do have really oily skin. So it just like literally melts off my skin. So we're just trying to create an even canvas to work on. Put on my eyelids. Okay, that does look pretty even, maybe just a little bit right here. I know it's a lot of foundation, but I'm just trying to get a really full coverage look. Let's go ahead and bring you in so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So the only thing that I did do is I already did my brows off camera because everybody has different shaped brows, so you're going to be doing them differently than me. Okay, so I think that's good. Next thing is I'm going to use some concealer. I'm using the Air Hug, what is it? The Item concealer. It says that it's Air Hug shade 110. That's what it says at the bottom. So I'm just going to put this. I know most people are doing this thing nowadays, but I like this way better. I've never got on trend with the new way to do it. I just prefer doing it this way. I feel like it makes your eyes look a lot brighter, and that's what I'm looking for. So that's why I continue to do it this way. And you can use whatever concealer you want. It's just to brighten up the area, yeah. I mean, this is not like, it's not a bad concealer. I haven't really played with this one too much. I just got it in my BoxyCharm like maybe 2 months ago. So it was in my makeup bag. So I'm going to try it out a little more, see how I like it. So I just blend, blend, blend. That looks really pretty. Okay. So now that I got that done, let's go ahead and go with setting all this so that it doesn't move around. I am just using the Coty Airspun Naturally Neutral shade 070-11. This is very affordable. You can buy this thing for $5. And I do have the Laura Mercier, but like I said, I do want to try to make this look more affordable. And these things, super cheap, and it'll last you forever. And honestly, in my opinion, it works just as good as the other one. So I was going to use my Laura Mercier thing, but to make it more affordable, I'm just using this. You can use any blending brush as well. Like, I like the Real Techniques. If you don't have one, I just feel like it applies your foundation so much better because it doesn't make it look like too cakey. So now I'm just like pushing this powder into the skin because, like I said, I do have really oily skin, so I want to make it really set everything so that my makeup lasts as long as possible. I'm gonna go over my eyelids, just kind of set that. But you can use whatever setting powder you have if you don't have this one, but you can get this one at Walmart, and I highly recommend it because it'll last you like a year, and that's using it every single day, because trust me, it's one of my favorite that's affordable. If I was to apply this one on one side and the Laura Mercier one on the other side, I really cannot tell a difference between the two. And the staying powders, the staying power is pretty much the same. I said powder. I am talking about a powder, so as you can see, it just like really mattified everything and just made everything go together really, really well. Now, normally, I would apply it with a brush when I'm just doing it fast, but it does last longer when you apply it this way. You can see it's just like a really smooth canvas to work on, and that was the goal. So, just put this back on. Okay. Now, it's going to be eyeshadow time. I'm going to be using this Eyeshadow Brush Kit. I actually got it in a Boxy Luxe. This is the one my sister has, so she wanted me to use this to apply the eyeshadows. And I'm going to be using the Laura Geller palette in 1021. She also had this one, so that's what we're going for. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here with the fluffy brush. It looks like that. It is the LR120 tapered blending brush, and I'm just gonna apply this into the crease, just like right here. Now my sister does have hooded eyes, so she's gonna want to keep it like really high on the brow bone. My lash is coming off. I have to re-glue that on. And I just use like circular motions mixed with like windshield. That's windshield and that's circular. So just to kind of really blend it in. And do the same thing to this side. And I like to get this and kind of just stick it right here as well. So like that. And then, I don't know, I'm gonna bring this in a little more right here. Just because I really want to kind of open that up. So these shades are a little more blotchier. When they do that, I'll kind of go over and just kind of pat it in. And it just kind of makes it look a little better. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take this little more fluffier brush, and it is the LR110. It's the shadow brush, And I'm going to take this dark color right here. You can see, and I'm going to push this on this outer corner, kind of making a V. And just like patting it in. And it's really going to be like really smoky looking. Just like that. Do the same thing to this side. I know it's looking a little crazy right now, but it'll look pretty once it's done. So then I'm going to take that first brush that I used to apply that purple shade, and I'm going to go over this just to kind of blend everything out so it doesn't look so harsh. And I'm going higher up than I normally would because, like I said, my sister does have hooded eyes. I do not. So I am doing that so that she knows how to apply it. I'm gonna have to glue that lash back. It's driving me crazy. So after I'm done with this eyeshadow look, I'll glue that back on. It's looking a little blotchy right here, so I'm just gonna go over it again. I'm not putting extra product on. Let me go ahead and just take off this lash because it's gonna drive me crazy. I'll just glue it back on once I'm done. So as you can see, it's looking really good. And then I'm just gonna kind of clean it up with that beauty blender. Okay, now I'm taking this flat brush, and it is the LR, I think they're LRs, yeah, no, that's 110. So this is LR100, and it is a concealer brush, which I'm not going to use it as a concealer brush. I'm going to use it to pack on some eyeshadow, and I'm going to use this shade right here. Now, if you wet this, it is going to be a lot more pigmented. Honestly, when I first started doing makeup, I would just like lick it and dip it in there to get a deeper color, but I'm not going to do that on camera. So we're just going to go like this, just straight on with no pigment, like with no wetness. And this lash is coming off too. So I'm going to go put that right there so I can glue it back on in a second. As you can see. Now, if it was wet, it would look even better. I'm going to show you what it looks like wet. Let me go. I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use some contact solution. That's actually what they put, just like to make it wet. You can lick it if you want to, if nobody's watching. But I have a lot of people watching, so I'm not going to do that. So now look at the difference. It's going to look more smooth, and it's going to last a lot longer doing it this way. I don't know if I said I'm using this color right here. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. It's looking so pretty and just smoky. Oops, touched my head, but I didn't get anything on there. Praise the Lord. I hate when that happens. Okay. So as you can see, just putting it on like that. Just really brings out the eyes. Okay. Now I'm going to get this little fluffy brush. It is the Shadow Brush. And I'm going to take this purple shade first. I'm going to go right here underneath the lashes. So I'm bringing it all the way in. Then I'm going to take that dark color and I'm going to bring it halfway in. Like that. It just really opens the eyes up. If you want to, you can wet this color and use it as like a liner. I don't have a brush in here for that, so I'm just trying to stick to this eyeshadow brush kit, so I'm not going to do that today. So that's pretty much it on the eyes, just about. Hold on. Let me get me a napkin. I'm going to clean this brush off, and then I'm going to kind of highlight my eye with it. So just getting all that color off. Okay. Then I'm going to take this color right here. I'm going to wet this again so it's a little wet. Go with this color right here. I'm going to highlight right here. And it'll just kind of make it pop out a little bit. I kind of brush it just to fade it out. Just kind of brush it into there very lightly, just like that. Then I'm going to take that same shade and I'm going to go right underneath the brow bone. Just right there. And what that does is it kind of lifts the brow bone. It gives it a more lifted effect. You can see. And do the same thing on this side. Just like that. Try to blend it out as much as possible. And you can see how pretty that looks. Super pretty. Let me go ahead and just go over this with this, make sure there's no fallout. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Park Avenue Princess palette, and we are going to bronze up the face. So I'm using this, and it is the angle brush, the LR304 brush, and these are, I don't know what brand they are, LaRousse, I think that's how you say that, I don't even know. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this deeper shade, Princess Cut, right here. Just make sure you really get some product on there. And then I'm going to go right here and just kind of pat it in. We're going to bring it up here. Right down. Just really blending it in. Like that, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of angle over this. Just kind of deepen it up a little bit more. So I'm switching between like a patting motion and then like a round and then kind of straight. I'm just really trying to blend And then I'm going to take a little mixture of both. And I'm going to go right here on my jawline. And I'm going to bring it down so that there's not like some harsh line. Try to bring it all over your chest area. Anything that's showing, just kind of blend it in. So like that. Okay. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to put on some blush, and I'm just using the Huda Beauty blush. You can use whatever blush you want. Blushes are blushes. They kind of all give the same effect. So I'm using like a more shimmer blush. You can use whatever you want, like I said. So I just smile. I'm just gonna put this on kind of like the apples, but then I'm going to go in a C shape, like around the brows. Up like that. You don't have to add blush if you don't want. It's up to you. It looks pretty without it. I'm just a blush person. Okay. And now, I don't know if my sister got the shade that I got, if she even got this, but you can use whatever lip color you want. I'm going to use this one. It is the new one that I got. It's in the color Daring. I got it in this month's box. So I'm just going to put this. Not too much. Because I just want like a hint of color. I don't want to look like I have like a lipstick on. So just like that. And let me go ahead and glue these lashes that fell off back on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just got through applying those lashes that fell off. But if you want to, you can also highlight. This would be a good highlight. It's a duo fiber brush. You can also use this for foundation, just to kind of buff it in, which are really good for the duo fiber brushes. It just kind of puts it in. I prefer using blenders, but that's just a preference. But yeah, this is how the makeup look turned out. So this is from the side. Super, super pretty. I absolutely love this. This is what the eyes look like. Just really pretty. This is a daytime or a nighttime look. I know most girls would only wear this at night, but girl, I wear this kind of stuff all the time. I love it. I actually wore this a few weeks ago. No, like a month ago, and I was getting a lot of compliments on how it looked. I also wanted to do a little pop of color before I'm completely done with this green right here, just to show you. So I'm using that same, it's the concealer brush, right? Yeah, the concealer brush. So I'm going to take this just to give a little pop of color, and I'm going to put it just like in the very center right here, and then bring it all the way till the end, pretty much over that dark shade. And you see how pretty that is? It has a pop of like green and blue, but it just really looks pretty with this. You see, it was just a little bit of pop of color, really just brings out the eyes. But yeah, that completes this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down the corner below. That way you'll be notified every time that I do upload a video. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye. God bless.